in the grand epic of the Mahabharata, where wars and destinies are woven together by fate. The tale of King Shantanu and the river goddess Ganga often fades into the background. Yet, it is a story that sets the foundation for the greatest warriors, unspeakable sacrifices, and divine interventions that will alter the course of history. King Shantanu, the ruler of Hastinapur, was known for his valor and wisdom. Yet, his heart longed for something more, a partner who could match his own nobility. One fateful day, while wandering the banks of the Ganga river, Shantanu came across a divine sight. A woman, radiant and ethereal, emerging from the river's depths. Her beauty was beyond mortal comprehension, her presence as calming as the river itself. She was Ganga, the goddess of the sacred river. Enchanted by her beauty and purity, Shantanu was struck by an overwhelming desire to marry her. Ganga, sensing the depth of his feelings, agreed to marry him, but under one condition: he must never question any of her actions, no matter how strange or inexplicable they may seem. Shantanu, moved by her grace and the divine nature of the river goddess, agreed to her condition without hesitation. Little did he know, this vow would soon lead him down a path of unimaginable sorrow and pain. Time passed, and Shantanu and Ganga lived together in bliss. They were soon blessed with children, but their joy was short-lived. With each child that was born, Ganga would take them to the river and, with great sadness in her heart, drown them in the sacred waters. Shantanu, bound by his vow, could not question Ganga's actions. However, the pain of losing his sons weighed heavily on his heart. The first son, a radiant child, was taken from his mother and drowned in the river. The second followed soon after, and then the third. Each time, Shantanu's heart broke, yet he remained silent, holding on to his promise. As the number of lost children grew, Shantanu's sorrow deepened, and the question began to gnaw at him. Why was Ganga, the goddess he loved, doing this to their children? Was this truly the will of the gods? Could he not intervene, even once? Unable to bear the grief any longer, Shantanu's heart finally broke, and he could no longer remain silent. One day, when Ganga returned from her ritual, holding the fifth child, he could no longer suppress his anguish.
My beloved, why do you take our children away from us? What sin have they committed that they must be taken from me? Why must they perish in the waters of your river?
Shantanu's question, once uttered, could not be taken back. Ganga, her face clouded with a quiet sadness, knew that the time had come to reveal the truth.
Shantanu, my love, I have obeyed the will of the heavens, and my actions are not driven by malice, but by destiny itself. These children are no ordinary children. They are great souls who have taken birth to fulfill their cosmic duties. My actions, though painful, are part of a divine plan that must unfold. I am bound by a curse from my past life. In a previous birth, I was a celestial nymph who, in my pride, defeated the gods. As a result, I was condemned to take the form of a river and bear children who must be sacrificed for a higher purpose.
Shantanu, though devastated, understood that Ganga's words were not those of a mere mortal, but of a divine being bound by cosmic laws. His heart ached with the knowledge that his beloved Ganga was forced to commit acts that tore her apart, all for the sake of a greater destiny. Finally, Ganga bore a child who was destined to live. This child, unlike the others, would not be drowned in the river. He was destined to become Bhishma, one of the greatest warriors in the Mahabharata. With a heavy heart, Ganga handed the child to Shantanu, her voice soft but resolute.
Shantanu, this child will be the light of Hastinapur, a warrior unlike any other. He will bring glory to our land, but he will also face the harshest challenges. He will swear an oath of celibacy and renounce the throne, but his greatness will echo throughout the ages.
Bhishma, the child who changed the fate of the Kuru dynasty, was born. His birth marked the end of Ganga's time with Shantanu, for she could not remain in the mortal world.
I must return to my divine form, my love. The curse that binds me to this world is now complete. You will raise our son with honor, but I must part from you. Know this, Shantanu, our son's fate is sealed by destiny, and it is you who must bear the burden of the sacrifices to come."
With that, Ganga vanished into the waters, leaving Shantanu to face the consequences of their brief but intense union. The loss of his beloved, the pain of his vow, and the knowledge of the divine sacrifice that had been made weighed heavily on the king. Bhishma, the child of Shantanu and Ganga, would go on to become a symbol of unwavering duty and sacrifice. His vow of celibacy, his renunciation of the throne, and his role in the great war of Kurukshetra would shape the course of history. Yet, the pain of his birth, the curse of Ganga, the sacrifices made by Shantanu, and the divine intervention that shaped their fates remained an unsung part of his story. The story of Shantanu and Ganga is not one of simple love or joy. It is a tale of divine curses, unspeakable sacrifices, and the enduring power of destiny. It is a reminder that even the greatest of heroes are shaped by forces beyond their understanding, and that the paths they walk are often dictated by divine will. In the grand narrative of the Mahabharata, it is often the untold stories that resonate the most. The tale of Shantanu and Ganga serves as a poignant reminder that love, duty, and sacrifice are interwoven in the very fabric of the universe. What is your understanding of fate and sacrifice in the Mahabharata? Share your thoughts below. Subscribe for more untold tales from Indian mythology. Thank you.